And also one of the perks for all you guys. No, we leave the waffle clip out of it for now. We did it earlier. We'll do it again. Don't you worry, guys. We'll do it again. Because that's what we do. But one of the perks for being a sub is that you get to come on camera with me sometimes. So the first sub that's going to be doing it in our sub versus Jimmy debate, and you guys have to vote in the chat who won the debate. We'll set up a poll for that. Is Scotty Wags, who's gifted more subs than any other person on the chats. He's an absolute legend, and very excited to have him here. We're going to talk a little Manchester United. The big topic for today is, will Manchester United win the Premier League, especially after that 9-0 thumping of Southampton, which I think Scotty Wags is angling for? Or do you think they're just pretenders? And Ole Gunnar's a fraud, like I've seen some other people say. There he is, Scotty Wags. What's up, dude? How are you? Oh, my God. Look at that. You have a Jimmy Conrad ball. Look at my hair. It's so nice. Look at that. How are you, dude? Oh, I can't hear him.
You can't hear him?
No.
I can't hear him either.
Scotty,
That's because, yep, now you kind of bet.
Yep. What's up, dude? How are you? So, first of all, that bobblehead's a collector's item, and I feel like that should be a giveaway one day because I have one extra. I'm going to keep one for myself, of course. Maybe two because they break at times. I got one extra. That's great. I like your Warm Baller sweater.
Yeah, thank you for that.
So he won a fantasy draft, everybody, and he's got that's one of the prizes that you get. So, Scotty, welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Everybody, I think, is pulling for you in the chat because they want to see me cry ultimately, and we're going to give you the opportunity to make that happen. Now, Manchester United, your favorite club. So give us some context. How did they become your favorite club?
So my dad went over to England for a business trip when I was like 4 or 5 years old. I don't even remember how old I was. And he came back and he brought back a Man U jersey with the Sharp logo across the front of it. And from then on, I just called myself a Manchester United fan. And then I started, Ronaldo's my favorite player of all time. And I started watching when he was there. And then, fell in love with Wayne Rooney. And also because they're the best club in the world. So I don't know why you wouldn't support Manchester United.
Oh, my. Okay, Scotty Wags coming in hot, but I love it. That's a great origin story. So let's talk about this season. It's been kind of down and out since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club. And I think he could sense that things were not going to get better for a while. And I think he stepped out at the right time, and it was proven. David Moyes obviously couldn't do the deal. Louis Van Gaal and then Mourinho time. And it's just, now you got somebody, at least a former player that knows the tradition, knows what it means to be a Manchester United player. I actually think he's a very good, I'm on the fence about Ole Gunnar. I feel like he's a good manager, like assistant manager. Like he should be the guy that's like the player whisperer. I feel like Rashford and Martial have become a little bit more clinical since he's been in the team. And things are moving a little bit more smoothly in some areas. But in terms of tactics, he doesn't really blow me away. But he somehow have found an 11 that's having success. And much to Chike's chagrin, as you know, checking in with Chike, we're checking in with Scott right now. He doesn't like Fred. I'm okay with Fred because you need somebody out there that's going to do the dirty work, and him and McTominay are going to do that. Anyway, long question. This is a really long setup to the fact. Do you think Man United actually have a chance to win the league? Like really, 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 really?
I mean, my heart wants to say, of course they do, right? But have you seen, and this pains me to say, pains me to my core. Have you seen Man City playing recently?
We have.
They're the best club in the world right now. And it, like I said, it hurts me to my core to even say that. But Pep just has everything figured out over there for the longest time, it seems. So that being said, 100% they're going to win the Prem this season. Are you kidding me? Ole Gunnar's going to get it all.
I can't have that happen because, as you know, I made a bet that if Man United win the league, I have to get a tattoo of Ole Gunnar's face on my butt cheek. I really can't have that happen. So I need Man City to continue to play as well as possible. And as I titled the stream today, Manchester City are currently the best team in the world, and I think I appreciate that. Sometimes you'll have these delusional fans come on and just can't get out of their own way. I'm looking at Brazzle Dazzle. I don't even think he's in the chat about Arsenal, or Monty, who's sitting next to me right now, about Fiorentina and or Arsenal. You're just like, dude, just be realistic about your team. So I appreciate that you kind of pulled the curtain back and left your blind passion and love for the club and said, okay, it's probably looking like Man City. So let's just say you're not a Man United fan right now, just for 1 second, if that's possible. Do you think Liverpool have a chance to be in the title contention?
No, not a chance. I honestly don't think, and I don't think there's any. I think it's Man City or that's it. Like I think that's who's going to win it. Did they get 3? I didn't get to watch the game today. Did they get 3 against Burnley?
I think it ended up 2-0.
Okay, I meant like 3 points. Sorry.
3 points, yeah.
So they're up 3 points on Man U. They also have one less gameplay than Man. I don't think there's any chance that City doesn't win it. Plus, I don't want to see Liverpool win it. I'm sick of seeing Klopp's veneers all over the freaking TV screen all the time on NBC Sports. Like I'm over it, man. I don't want to see Liverpool succeed, and probably some of that is, being a Manchester United fan, we hate City and we hate Liverpool. But yeah, I think that City is far and away the best playing team right now in the entire world, more than likely.
Okay. And I respect that. Okay, let's pivot then. Let's get out of the league for a second and talk Europa League. You got Real Sociedad in the first wave of the knockout rounds. I will honestly, for everybody that's new here, and I've said this a couple times, I actually think the Europa League is a little bit harder to win than the Champions League. And you guys are like, what is Jimmy drinking and or smoking today? And I'll say this. I think it's harder because you have to go play against clubs on a Thursday, more often than not, that you've never heard of before, so you can't scout these guys. Every time you play these guys, it's like it's their World Cup final. So then these guys going 100 miles an hour all the time. And that they're going to try to kick you no matter what, because that's the only way they probably think they can beat you. So you have a whole bunch of games like that in the group stages. And then when you get to the knockout rounds, not only that, you get the teams that got unlucky in the Champions League group stages that fall out, and now you got to play those suckers,
Well, that's us right now, so.
That's true, right? You fell out, and that feels a little unfair to Real Sociedad in some ways, right? So I just feel like the Europa League is a little bit more difficult to win because of all these other characteristics. Yeah, okay, fine. The Champions League is the competition, believe me, don't get me wrong. But I just think in terms of grinding it out, that the Europa League is a little bit more difficult with the components I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm sure the chat's going to come after me for that. Probably just trolling. I might be, and that's okay. It's my channel. I can do what I want. But how do you think they're going to do in the Europa League? Because it's tough to balance multiple competitions.
That was exactly what I was going to say. So you mentioned all the games are on Thursdays, and then you have Premier League games on Saturdays or Sundays. Do you see the best 11 that goes out there? Are they focusing on Europa at all, or are they putting all of their attention in getting into the top 4 for the Premier League for Champions League next season? With that said, of course they're going to win Europa League. There's not a chance in hell anybody has against Manchester United. They're going to win out the rest. No, I'm just kidding. I'd like to see them do well in Europa, and even just advancing further on, just to show that they actually care and that they are going to put forth some effort. Because I thought against RB Leipzig, when they lost to them in Champions, I felt it looked like a lack of effort, especially the first 45, and that completely bummed me out. Like, you have a chance to advance to the 16 with the biggest clubs in the world, and you're in that conversation just because of your name alone. Like, why the hell did you come out for 45 minutes and look like you just didn't care, giving up? I think it was 2 goals in the first, was it 15 or 20? I can't remember. But
right.
I mean, so I'd like a strong showing in Europa. It doesn't matter to me if they win it or not. I'm personally, as a fan, I'm more focused on the Premier League and staying in that top 4 and hopefully taking down that ugly team in light blue.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but I appreciate your sentiments and your optimism.
Man can dream, Jimmy.
I can. No, I'm going to give you those hopes and dreams and try not to squash them here, Scotty. So give me your top 4, if you can, as impartial as possible, but give me your top 4 for the Premier League at the end of the year.
If you don't say Arsenal, I'm coming for you.
Oh, don't listen to Monty. That's why he's not on camera, Scott. Let's just be honest here.
You know what?
It's too much Arsenal crap.
I know. I was going to say, I actually thought about doing this interview or this chat, whatever, in my closet as a throwback to old Monty. Like put some jackets up and everything in the background, and
that'd be amazing. We all want that. That's middle of COVID, Monty.
Yeah, I was actually hoping my internet would go out too and it'd be pixelated face and we'd really get a throwback. So, man, top 4, that's tough. I think at some point Chelsea get it figured out, right? Like they have to. So I'm going to go them 4. Did you see? I wanted to ask you about this since, you're the tactician, the brilliance here. Pulisic was said that they're looking at playing him as a false 9. What do you think of that?
I think that's interesting. I think that I'm curious to see who's going to be playing off of his shoulder in particular. If it's Timo Werner, if it's somebody with speed, or if it's somebody that's going to be trying to hold the ball up. I do worry that Chelsea aren't as, let's say, trained or as indoctrinated to that type of style and philosophy that seems very Man City, Pep Guardiola-esque. So that would be my big concern for that. I do believe that because Pulisic has played for Thomas Tuchel before Borussia Dortmund, there's a rapport there that he could maybe ask Pulisic to do something, and that Pulisic would buy in a little bit quicker than if Tuchel was new and you're like, I don't know, this guy's trying to ask me to do things I'm not comfortable with. But because there's already this previous relationship, I think that helps. I don't know though who the best fit is or what their best 11 is. And I think that's the issue with Frank Lampard. Like, what is our identity? And I worry about Chelsea over this next month and the Champions League in particular, because they're going to run into Atletico Madrid in the knockout rounds. And Atleti are going to slap you around if you're not organized over two legs. So, yes, they have the talent to compete. And I like that they're putting a back line that's very experienced. Pulisic as a false nine is interesting. So I just need to see who's around him. I really like Callum Hudson-Odoi right now, to be honest. I think he's been excellent over the last few weeks. So I don't know. That's a good question, though.
Okay, I just looked at the table. I didn't realize Chelsea were so far back already. My God.
Yeah, they've dropped off a lot.
All right, well then I got to revisit it. All right, so I want to do one surprise pick. So I'll go with Everton. They've been playing well. They're fun to watch.
Everton, number 4. Look at this guy.
It'll be a little bit. I have some Everton fan friends, so I always try to support them, except for this weekend, obviously. If you would have asked me 2 months ago, I would have said Wolverhampton but then Jimenez got hurt and it was kind of over for them. And I really love them going into the season. So I'll go Everton, Liverpool, United. No, Everton.
I like better.
Liverpool. They're combining teams now. Everton, Liverpool, City, United.
Wow. Scotty Wags, everybody. Here's the poll. We're going to put it up. It wasn't even really a debate, but I want to say change the question, Monty. Is Scotty Wags on drugs after making that top 4 prediction? That's what we want to know. Yes or no, everybody. Is Scotty Wags on drugs?
I think the poll question should be, how much did he win by? That's the real question.
Yeah. No, you're not in control of the channel, Scotty Wags. Not yet, at least. But
one day. I'll gift enough subs one day to run this thing.
Yeah, that's true. We should have a day where Scotty Wags gets to make all the decisions as the man that gifts all the subs. But with regard to that, thank you so much for all the support of the channel, man. You are awesome. Can you let everybody know what you're doing? And I know you do a lot of stuff with the Dallas Sidekicks for the major arena soccer league here. And where people can find you if they want to learn more.
Yeah, so I actually just started a brand new venture with an app in Texas. It's called The Striker Texas, and they are literally covering everything from lower level soccer all the way to MLS. I wrote my first article, 11 reasons why you should support lower level soccer. Number 2.
Where can we find that?
thestrikertexas.com.
Okay, cool.
So I obviously work for the Dallas Sidekicks. I host a podcast. I do some sales type stuff and pretty much anything else that they need me to do. That's the full-time gig. And then on the side, I work for a couple MPSL teams. I do play-by-play, a little bit of sales,
Wags, man.
Podcasting. Can I tell you a really fun story that was like the highlight of my life?
I feel like you're going to come take my job, so I'm a little nervous about giving you more airtime at this point.
No. I promise I won't. I'm going after the play-by-play gigs. You're going for the Roma coaching gigs. So
yeah, that's true. That's fair. Go ahead. Keep going.
So I had a heck of a day like a couple of weeks ago, and I know it's like small potatoes and stuff, but you had followed me on Twitter early in the morning, and I was like, holy shit, Jimmy Conrad follows me on Twitter. I love watching the stream. Obviously, what you do is amazing, and I think educating soccer fans and having fun while doing it is such a cool thing, and it's such a unique thing that you found here on Twitch, and I love the community. So you followed me on Twitter, and then I was scrolling through Instagram stories, and Arlo White had posted something, and I was like, Arlo, I love your game boards, and they're really, really cool. And he like shot me a message back, and I was like, you know what the hell? I'm going to shoot my shot. I'm like, hey, would you mind taking a look at my reel and just letting me know what you think? And he's like, I'd love to take a look at it. And I was blown. I was like, Arlo freaking White and Jimmy Conrad in the
same day, dude. I don't know if it gets any better. That's like peak. That's like a peak day.
I'm still waiting to follow you.
Yeah. It looks like Scotty froze, which is a great place to leave. Look at that face.
All right.
A face only a mother can love.
Moving on.
All right, we're going to move on. Scotty Wags, thank you so much for everything. All right, let's get back into some Jimmy time. But shout out to Scotty Wags. His energy for the chat and helping us build the community has been nothing short of amazing. So love that, dude. I think Scotty Wags on drugs is leading by a lot, 63%. The poll ended, everybody. The majority of you guys think that Scotty Wags is on drugs, and you love to see it. Look at Brazzle Dazzle's in here. Brazzle, we just talked about you, how you have this blind obsession with Arsenal, and it doesn't allow you to be rational about how the game works. Brazzle knows best. Oh my God. Shout out to Scotty Wags. He's an absolute beast, and he's gifted so many subs to everybody in the community. Love that dude.
Brazzle Dazzle must have pulled the plug.
Yeah,
on the shot.
Brazzle Dazzle basically cut your Wi-Fi. He didn't want you to be the #1 supporter anymore, Scotty. You got to just get the beef started in the chat.
Can we get Brazzle Dazzle to commit to Beyond?
Yes, we got to get Brazzle Dazzle to come on at some point. Brazzle, you got to raise your hand. We got to get you to come on. That is part of it. Cheapskate wants some stuff coming. What do we got left? What do we got next?
You want to do some Jimmy time?
We're doing some Jimmy time now, no? Or we're getting Coach Jimmy.
Coach Jimmy time.
You guys want to go see some goals? I think we should try to find some goals. We should find some good ones.
Let's see.
Ooh, there's some Everton. Get some Everton goals. I want to see what happened in the Everton Leeds game. So we're going to work on the goals. And we can get in some Coach Jimmy time as we try to figure this out. Nathan, do I watch the NFL? Of course. I'm excited for the Super Bowl. I'm excited to not have my Raiders. Shout out Raiders in the Super Bowl. And but I am excited to see if Tom Brady. We'll get into it on Friday's show. Tomorrow we're doing a watch party, everybody. If you scroll over